Chapter 13 Clean Water. We will learn about properties of water, sources of water, forms of water, water cycle, impurities in water, storing water, saving water. Warm-up story. Boy, what is this, Papa? Why do we need it? Father, this is a water purifying machine. We need it to have clean and pure drinking water. Water is an important natural resource. All the living things need water to stay alive. We need water for drinking, washing, bathing, growing plants, etc. It is also used to produce electricity. About 3/4 of the earth is covered with water, but less than 1% is available to us for use. This is because about 97% of the earth's water is in the oceans and seas and is salty. This water is unfit for drinking for humans. Properties of water. Water, in its common form and in room temperature, is in liquid state. Water flows from a higher level to a lower level. Water is colorless. It has no taste of its own. It gives the taste of the substance dissolved in it. If we add sugar with water, the water solution becomes sweet. On the other hand, if we add a few drops of lemon juice with water, the water solution becomes sour and so on. Water has no smell. Water has no shape of its own. Being a liquid, water takes the shape of the container it is poured into. Sources of water. Water is found in rivers, lakes, ponds, wells, seas, and oceans. Rain is the main source of water on the earth. Rainwater is collected in ponds, lakes, and rivers. Some water goes under the ground. This is called groundwater. In villages and small towns, people get water from wells, ponds, rivers, or hand pumps. In big cities, water is obtained from taps and water pumps. In big cities, the main sources of water are lakes and rivers. Water from these water bodies are cleaned by the public water supply system and then supplied to homes through the pipes. Knowledge Hunter. We get common salt from seawater. Forms of water. In nature, water is found in 3 states: liquid, solid, and gas. In solid state, it is found as ice. In liquid state, it is found as water. In gas, it is found as water vapor or steam. Thus, ice, water, and steam are the 3 forms of water. One form of water can be changed into other forms. On heating, ice changes into water. On heating, water changes into steam. On cooling, steam becomes water. On cooling, water freezes and becomes ice. Water cycle. Water keeps on changing into water vapor and back into water. It is a continuous process in nature. This is known as water cycle. The water cycle helps circulate water between the land and the sky. The heat of the sun heats the water in lakes, rivers, and seas. The water changes into water vapor, which rises up into the sky. As the air rises high up in the sky, it cools down and changes into tiny droplets of water. These droplets come together to form clouds. The tiny droplets of water in a cloud join up to form bigger droplets. When the droplets in the cloud grow large, they become heavier and fall to the ground as rain. The rainwater then goes back to the lakes, rivers, and seas. This cycle continues. Impurities in water. The water which is available to us from rain, well, streams, and rivers is not pure. Dirt or suspended solids in water are the solids which are insoluble, like dust, fine sand, clay, rust, etc. They remain floating in the water and cause water muddy. Germs in water contaminates water. Contamination of water is caused by the presence of germs like algae, bacteria, viruses, and their eggs. These cause diseases like typhoid fever, dysentery, cholera, etc. Chemicals, pesticides, etc. dissolve in water. They cannot be removed by simple filtration. Water needs special treatment to remove these chemicals. Purification of water. Water purification is the process of removing undesirable chemicals, biological contaminants, and suspended solids from water. People in villages use water directly from lakes, rivers, and ponds. They use layers of clothes to filter water. But this is not an effective way of purifying water. It cannot purify water by removing dissolved biological and chemical germs. The water in a city is cleaned in water plants. It is then supplied to houses through pipes. But sometimes water supplied to our home is also not clean. We should clean it by boiling. Boiling kills the germs. Boiling water is the cheapest and safest method of water purification. Boiled water should be covered and left to cool before drinking. Water can be purified using chlorine tablets or liquid chlorine. It kills germs, parasites, and other disease-causing organisms found in water. Nowadays, special filters and water purifiers are used that remove several kinds of germs and impurities easily. Storing water. Since water is a liquid thing, it is stored in different types of pots. So, it is important to store water properly after cleaning. We should store water in clean containers. The container filled with water should be covered so that dust, flies, and mosquitoes do not get into it. We use bottles, buckets, earthen pots, drums, and water tanks to store water. Saving water. Water is one of the most precious resources. We should use it carefully. We should not waste it. We should save water. We can save water in the following ways. We should not let the tap run when we brush our teeth. We should close the tap when it is not required. We should use a bucket of water to take bath. Taking shower wastes water. We should get leaking taps and broken pipelines repaired. We should not use hose pipe to wash a car. We should use a bucket and a mug for this. We should not overwater the plants. We should pour the right amount of water. We should plant more trees. It helps in conserving water. Water saved from cooking or after washing utensils, etc., can be used for watering plants. We should not let our water tanks overflow. Cool advice. We should never waste water. Rainwater harvesting. Rainwater harvesting is an effective way of saving water. In this process, rainwater is collected from the roofs of the house and drained to a large pot or reservoir kept under the ground. During the dry season, the water is pumped out and used for domestic and agricultural purposes. Keywords. Water vapor. When water becomes gas on heating. Water cycle. Water changes into gas and then becomes water. I should remember. Water is found in rivers, lakes, ponds, seas, and oceans. The rainwater is the main source of water. Water is colorless, tasteless, odorless, and shapeless. Water exists in all the three states in nature: solid state in the form of ice, liquid state in the form of water, and gas state in the form of water vapor or steam. Water that is available to us from rain, well, streams, rivers, contains many impurities. Water purification is the process of removing undesirable chemicals, biological contaminants, and suspended solids from water. Some of the ways for purifying water are filtration, boiling, chlorination, and using water purifiers. Water is very precious and we must conserve it.